welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Don't make assumptions. Assume nothing. In any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we think. And we don't have to say what we want because we assume they're going to do what we want because they know us so well. If then they don't do what we want, we feel hurt and we think, how could you do that? You should know better. Bottom line, folks, get rid of the grayness. Keep it black and white. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 111, Nasdaq up 17, S&P's up 10, gold contract down $5.30, trading at $1,599 an ounce. Silver off 11 cents at $28.70 an ounce. Platinum down $9 at $1,576 an ounce. Copper up a penny at $3.45 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.35, trading out at $96.16 a barrel. Bonds up 2 ticks at 143.18. King dollar up 20 ticks, trading out at 83.01. Euro up 9 at 128.62, and the yen up 29, trading out at 94.46. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Well, I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. I'm telling you, folks, it's a beautiful thing, and this is what it is. Okay, so check it out. We are at 1562.29. You're into Tuesday of a 4-day week, end of the quarter, end of the month, all of the above, right? The high of 2007 is this 1576.09. That wants to get tested, folks. That's what it's going after it. I expect you're going to get it tomorrow or the next day. Now, check this out. This is intense. Volume, we did 550 million today. Okay? So what you have is this. You're getting up to that level, and it's contracting dramatically. And I suspect when it hits that level, it's going to really, we had 400 and... where is she right here? We had 473 million 2 minutes before 4. So it's pretty cool. And my take, of course, is you're going to test it, and it's going to be a failure. And why am I saying that? Well, let's go over to the SPY for a second. So what you have with the SPY is this. SPY today, up $1.24, 84 million, okay? That's light volume on the daily. Monthly is more important, of course. What you have with the monthly is this. You're coming into the highs of 2007, which, by the way, didn't have enough volume in the first place. And I'm taking the lowest volume up at that level. I'm taking the volume of 3.8 billion. Well, you're coming into that with, at the end of the month, and you're coming into that, we'll probably do about 2.4 billion. Okay, so it's 2.4 versus 3.8. Okay, so you're shot by 1.4 billion. Okay, that's a big number. Now, is it going to tag it? I suspect it's definitely going to tag it. When you get this close to it, the SPY itself, it's only 157.52. But what you have to remember with the SPY is that small fees get taken out on a continual basis. So you want to use the cash for the test, and the cash test is going to be 1576.09, and right now we closed out today at the 1562.52. Dow Industrials. Let's go over to the Dow. So the Dow continues to plow higher. Dow out here today. This might be the closing high too. Yeah, it is. Dow right now closed out up 111 bucks, 14,559. With the S&P spiking, this will spike. I suspect it's going to spike tomorrow too. Nasdaq Composite. We go over and look at the Composite. So Composite's still a weak dog. Composite did at one point. Let me see. Let me add this again. It was 1.395 billion right before I was getting. It's 1.4 billion. So the Composite also dramatically drying up. Bottom line, though, you're going to see the Composite spike. Why? Because the Composite will get dragged along with the S&P. It's all about the S&P right now. It's all about the cash S&P. We go over and we take a look at the gold market. What we have with gold out here is this. Gold today did down $5. What you do have is this. You did 159,000 contracts. Yesterday we did 224,000 contracts. And that's the setup that, you know what, it's going to basically try to get into this 1588, 1564 level once again. Bond market, what we did with the bonds out here is this. Now watch how this shakes out, because this is going to get really interesting. So bonds, we did 323,000 contracts today. We're a sideways movement in bonds. That's what we've done. Now, the correlation, when I put that with the correlation with the dollar, and this is what's going to get the S&P some breathing room too, dollar wouldn't back off today, but really didn't do anything. We did 19,000 contracts. And the dollar's been up since February 1st, folks. And, of course, we go over to the euro. The euro's got absolutely smoked. That's down from 137. To 128, and I expect what you're going to see, it's not going to be nothing heavy. You know, last night you had a small counter trend bounce up to the we got to 128.85 last night, and the euro, I suspect you're going to get to somewhere about the 129.50 area tonight. So it's a dead cat bounce, but it's going to be enough to get the S&P up and test that level, I suspect, before the end of the quarter. See, this all comes in at before Thursday or on Thursday. It's a beautiful setup, and of course the setup is to sell right into it. But you have to absolutely sit there and let it happen. Why? Because when you get this close to it, number one, it's going to happen. Number two, what you're going to have at that point is it going to make it or break it. And making it would be that it gets over it. Really making it, we get over it, has volume, and just takes off. You know, on the monthly, that can't happen right now unless somehow we got 140 billion in a day or something. What can happen, however, is this: it can get over it and stay over it, then you go higher. Bearish, you go into it, you spike it. What's going to happen on a big high, you know, particularly we've had the volatility in the marketplace, currency volatility, market volatility. If this is going to be that test and it's going to be a failure, more than likely you get into it, you spike it, you give it up, and a spike specifically would be, we're 10 points away from it right now. A spike would be that you get into it, it runs for 7 or 8 more points, right? Then just as fast, gives it up, comes back down the other side, has lighter volume, and that would be all she wrote. And by then, you know, the people would be complacent in a huge way. The complacency really isn't still there yet. If we look at the trend, you know, it's really not there. It's 0.79. So there's still enough nervousness out here not to basically get a complacent market at these highs. We go take a look at the oil market, CLK. Why the oil? Well, what you have is this: the commodity market in general, folks, just hasn't been able to perform. Oil has stayed up there, no doubt. But what we do have with oil is coming into its downtrend right now from the February 20th level. We'll see whether she can get up to this. We're at 96.24 on this contract. 96.50 is going to be some of the harder numbers to get through. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Some of the high volume stocks in a low volume market. You had Intel was up 61 cents. We had Pfizer up 44. Hewlett-Packard was up 54. We had, Citigroup was up 34. Some of the large caps out here. And I'm going to go to IBM because I want to show you something on IBM. IBM is screaming that we're going to be, that has a triple top. Boeing was up $1.77 today. Caterpillar was up 36. Let's go to Big Blue. So Big Blue right now up $1.62. So first we just do the daily on Big Blue, and this is what you have. Big Blue today, no juice, up $1.62. When you put this on the monthly, and this is what's so sweet about all of these right now, folks, okay, they are setting up and it's the end of the month. What you're going to see is this. You're at 212.36. If Big Blue closes under 211.79, it would be a failure. More so if it closes under 210.69. Because what you have, this is the third high in the context of going all the way back to last March, which is pretty amazing. Okay, so it's been sitting here for a year, got over the point, but we are not going to have the volume that we had at the first two highs. And the volume at the first two highs, by the way, is not enough volume to sustain higher prices. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the markets, folks, we ended up 111, Nasdaq up 17, S&P's up 10. We'll be right back.